It's 10 o'clock. Trying to get out of a wedding. Oh,
Yeah, no, we spoke about it already.
good. No, I'm not muted. I'm muted.
We'll try and get a telehealth. Can't.
No, you're good. We hear you.
Okay, sorry. I apologize. I was trying to just get out of a wedding. Didn't realize the time.
Phone. We're gonna see if we can do it through a phone.
Okay, where are we starting?
Ches, the last sim in Sif
So
Ches.
I'm gonna ask tomorrow.
And then going through Tes into through Gimel.
Okay.
Only 4 simanim.
It didn't have to be.
Because it's long. It's, okay, so Vav is very interesting. Something that you ask most people, they probably think that it's absurd. But afilu lilmoid Vav, we're talking about all things you're not allowed to do before davening. So afilu lilmoid asalei lahaskal misha'olam erashachar. Even to learn, you're not allowed to learn from once it's after Amar Shachar. Ach mishu rogel leilech lebeis hakneses. But somebody who's used to going to shul, bein lochas sheyavar zman, and we're not concerned that the zman is going to be over, so then mutaloi, meaning that the zman is going to pass, then it is mutal for him to learn.
I don't know.
Right? Meaning the problem is
Situation. Yes.
the problem is that we're afraid if you start learning, then you're going to forget to daven. So therefore, if you always go to shul, which most people do, so then you're allowed to. So it's so that's the heter. But really, davening comes first, even before and meaning even learning can't be done before davening. And same thing if somebody learns with others, and if he doesn't learn with them now, it's going to be the learning is going to be batal, which is for many people when they have to go to work, and the only time they have to learn is before they go to work. So then it's mutter to learn with them. Because learning with the rabbim is a davar gadol.
Okay, what do you need?
Recording. You got to make sure you don't pass the zman tefillah. Okay, so now Siman Tes, we get into Hilchos Tzitzis. So it gets a little technical. I don't have a tzitzis on the, but I don't have a tzitzis. I mean, I have tzitzis on me. I don't know if I could pull it out in the car, but okay. So, Hilchos Tzitzis u'bay chof aleph seifim. So Gedoyle mitzvahs tzitzis. Mitzvahs is great. Sharei kosav shokla v'tolaba kolam mitzvahs kula, because the Torah equates it with all the mitzvahs. You should look at the tzitzis and you should remember all the mitzvahs of Hashem. Tzitzis, the gematria sheish me'as. Tzitzis is a gematria 600, right? And he says, I don't know if you have it to pronounce, it's ayin tur. Okay, there's different ways of how you calculate tzitzis. Shemaina chutin, and you have 8 strings on each corner. V'chamisha ksharim, and you have 5 knots. Harei taryag, that's what you get, 613. So the tzitzis represent 613 mitzvahs.
So how come we don't do like what the Chasim do, where it's outside?
Oh, so we'll have to get to that. Yeah, we'll have to get to that. I don't know, we'll get to it tonight, but we'll get to it. Okay, so very good. Because of this, since it's the equivalent of the whole Torah, so every person has to be nizar to wear a talis katan, what we call tzitzis. By kol hayom, you're supposed to be wearing it a whole day, even though there's no requirement to do this. You're not required to wear tzitzis if you have a 4-cornered beged, so then you have to wear tzitzis. But because it represents the whole Torah, so therefore we try and wear tzitzis all day. Say you get into should you wear tzitzis when you exercise or not, and at night, etc., etc. But really, we're supposed to. It should be made from wool, from sheep, lavan. It should be white. V'gadol kashir, it has to have the proper measurement, which we'll get to in a second. Now, it should be white, meaning the tzitzis should be white, meaning the threads should be white. Somebody asked me this week that his tzitzis turned yellow, meaning in the laundry, the strings turned yellow. So should he paint them or not? So I wasn't sure if that yellow is really yellow, it's considered off-white, or whatever it is. And also we put black, the Ashkenazim put black or blue or dark blue stripes as a zeicha for the tchelis, right? But Sfardim don't. But gadol shear, so it has to be the shear. What's the shear? The hainu shloisha reva amma ba'oirech v'chatzi amma b'reichav. 3/4 of an amma long, half an amma wide. The yeshayimrim amma alama, and those that say it should be an amma, which is what we lechatchila try and do. An amma is basically, that's where you get 18. People like to say that the minimum shear for tzitzis is 18, right? Size 18. Right? Even though if you want to be yotze with the chazanish, you want to get at least a sort of 24. So, anyways, I'm sorry, it's going back to the line. So it's better. Some say it should be an amma, which is better. Shoisen is the talis cotton tougher minat stadin. So this comes in a lot with the undershirt tzitzis, right? And also they got these tzitzis with the snaps on the side. So Va'isen Shoisen is the talis cotton tougher minat stadin. So they sew it up on the sides, which I think that's what the undershirt tzitzis do. It has to be open the majority. And you shouldn't attach it even with hooks. Right? So it's certainly better. I mean, you got to make sure you have it open all the way. The common question: people wear these polo shirts that have, they have these corners. They say, "Oh, it's 4 corners." Yeah, but it doesn't go up nearly close to a majority of the way up the shirt. So therefore, it's not chayiv. It's not chayiv at tzitzis. Besides for the talis cotton, you should also make sure you have a talis gadol, but tzitzis that you should wear it while you're davening. And you should try and get a nice talis. You make a hiddur as much as you can. The chassidim use, the silver ataras. You got to make sure you get it with a good hechsher. It should be done, it should be spun, and it should be twisted properly. Beferish lishma, for the lishma. And like it's mitzvah, you are rukin kashir, and they should be long, as they should have a proper shear. Right? So okay, those are all the basics. Those are all the basics of tzitzis. Bays. Me. Hold on 1 second. Fine. So me, let's say you could only have a linen talis. You can't use wool, meaning you're supposed to use the tzitzis, the actual strings can be made out of wool, or should be made out of wool. But if you have a linen garment, then you can't. So mishum isser shatnez, because of the isser of shatnez. So then what you should do is make your corners out of leather. Right? And on them is tzitzis made out of wool. So then it's not shatnez, because the leather is blocking the wool from the linen. And those that disagree not to do this, ayin shari tshuva. So that we didn't discuss that. What's with cotton tzitzis and polyester tzitzis? So polyester tzitzis is a big shiloh, whether it's chayiv and tzitzis at all. So it's really best to try to stay away from polyester tzitzis. At least should be more than 50%, at least cotton. So cotton is a machloikis. Ramosha Feinstein was very strong that you should not wear cotton unless it's in the summer and you're really, really hot. However, the Chazanish wore cotton, and so did Reb Chaim Kanievsky, and based on the Gra. So those that wear a wool talus have less of an issue with it because you're being Mekayim the mitzvah of tzitzis with at least with your wool talus every day. The rest of it, you wear cotton. I personally wear cotton if that's worth anything. Okay, and parrots too. But Uncle Jay for sure is wearing leather because he not leather. I'm wool. You wear cotton too?
Yeah, right.
Oh,
It's 21 and a quarter. Is that how much?
my uncle Rabbi Kaplan is here in the car with me. He's wearing. I was shocked that he doesn't wear wool.
You
All
like
right.
cotton? Really?
Okay, Gimel. Hanekev. So now we get into the hole measurements. Hanekev shemachnisim b'yasatzitza. The hole that you put the tzitzis into. Lo yeh rochak misvasa beged. It should not be further than the edge of the beged.
I wear 26.
Right. Hein ba'irich, hein b'reicha, whether the length of the beged or whether the width. Yosem and shleisha gudalin. That shouldn't be any more than 3 thumbs. Meaning where the hole is from the corner, from both sides. Both sides of the tzitzis shouldn't be more than 3 thumb widths. Some say that you measure it not from the thicker part of the thumb, but where the thumb gets thinner. Because if you make the hole any higher than that, that's not called the corner of the beged or yotze. Ela beged, that's just called the beged, and it's supposed to be al kanfe vigdayan. And let's say you did. So now let's say you made the hole too high. So you have a simple thing: just cut the hole bigger, larger, and then it'll be closer to the edge. Then you should be fine. Afapi. Meaning you can tie the beged. Many people do this. They'll tie the beged, and then that will fold over. Meaning, let's say the hole is too high. So what you do is you'll tie the tzitzis and tie it tight so that it folds up the beged, and then it makes it within 3 thumbs worth. He says that's no good. And if after you hang the tzitzis in the hole,
But making the hole bigger is good?
No, he's about to say that. I jumped the gun. I said it out of order. Thank you. And if after you hang the tzitz, so basically you made the hole too high, so you're just going to cut a hole in it. Possible, it's possible because you have to make the tzitzis when they're kosher, and to put them on before they're kosher and then make them kosher is no good. Same thing with putting on the schach, right? To put on the schach before there's walls. The gamla nekev karol l'svasa beged, and then the nekev shouldn't be so close to the edge of the beged. Bein b'ayrich, bein b'reichav, whether the length, whether in the width. Pachas mikashir sheyesh min hakesher hamtzai shel agudol ad seif hatzipayre. Meaning you don't want it. Now we measure the other way with the thumb, basically from the middle knuckle, from the first knuckle to the end of the thumb. Meaning you don't want it that close. Basically the whole of the tzitzis have to be between from the first knuckle to the end of the thumb and 3 thumbs widths. That's where the hole needs to be. Because below that is not called the kanaf, it's called below the kanaf. And if the nekev is wide like the shear, so now this is saying the opposite of what we said before. Let's say it's a proper distance, but then when it shrivels up, the tzitzis, or when it gets folded, so then it causes you a problem. Still, we don't care about that. It's kosher. And the chutin, this is the talking about, on the end of your talus, you have all those, what do you call it, tassels? So the tassels don't count. There's a suffix whether they're measured like this or not. You gotta cut them off. Meaning, if you have the tassels on the edge of the talus, so that does count. It's a shaila whether it counts or not. So therefore, cut them off. But betalas cotton noigen kitzas lasa shnei nekavim zay. I'm sorry.
Is it?
Okay, now this is why if you look at your talis, there on the corners where the tzitzis are, the tassels end. That's why we make the tassels end, so you don't have this shaila. The talis cotton noigen kitzas lasa shnei nekavim zay is by a talis cotton.
Pull in right in.
Some people are noyeg to make 2 holes. Kemait tzeirei, looks like a tzeirei, the nekuda tzeirei. Umachnisim b'shneim es tzitzis, and you put into both of them the tzitzis. Vein teluyas ala talis mibachutz, and it hangs on the talis mibachutz. There's a lot over here. There's a lot to discuss. It is what Hasidim do. Hasidim have 2 holes on each corner, not 1. Now the reason why they do that is so that the tzitzis will hang off properly. Meaning, really, your tzitzis is supposed to hang off not from the bottom of the tzitzis, it's supposed to hang off the side. But the problem is gravity pulls them down. So the Chassidim or others figure out a way that you don't have that problem is if you put in 2 holes. So if you put in 2 holes, then you don't have the problem. The shaila is gaiva. So that's why you'll never see this on a talis kodel, the 2 holes, because that's everybody sees it, like Moshe was saying. So everybody sees it, so then it's gaiva. However, when but a talis cotton, you keep it tucked in, so then it's not a problem. So Chassidim really hold that you're not supposed to wear. Chassidim hold you're not supposed to wear your tzitzis out. That's one of the weird things. The Arizal holds you're supposed to wear. That's why they wear vests, Chassidim. So since you're not supposed to wear the tzitzis out, so that's why they have 2 holes. Litvish, which is debatable whether Litvish hold you wear it out, but the Litvish hold you shouldn't wear 2 holes because it's gaiva. So that's basically it for tonight. All right. Everybody should have a fine night. And
If we do the stripes for tchelas, why can't we
the what?
wear tchelas? We do the stripes,
Does your
tchelas.
wife want some?
Why can't we wear the tchelas strings?
What are you saying?
If we wear the stripes, tchelas,
That in the car,
right?
Yes, correct.
Why can't we wear strings tchelas? Why is it not accepted?
All right, let me ask you something.
Hold on 1 second. Hold on. I'm just trying to. What is that? What's wrong?
Well, also, why do we wear black stripes on the talis? If we're supposed to be on techelas, we should wear.
Why it should be blue?
Yeah.
Right.
That's what you're saying, Naftali?
No, that's what Moshe is saying. I was asking why I asked you once, you said people don't really do the strings.
What do you mean the strings? I don't know what you're saying.
Some people put tchelas strings in their tzitzis.
Next to my feet.
Why didn't they? You just stop asking why they don't do tchelas.
Correct. If it's why we could do the same thing, zekul tchelas.
No,
Why
we don't do a zecher. No, the zecher is on the beged.
Saying why can't we do tchelas? Why is it not accepted to do tchelas?
Because we don't know whether that's a legitimate tchelas or not.
Okay, and the stripe on a beged.
You want to take my credit?
And the stripe on the beged.
I don't know. Fudge sauce.
That's nothing. There's nothing wrong with you can put Mickey Mouse on the beged if you want. Right? I'm sure if you go to Judaica Plus, you see all sorts of stuff on the tzitzis.
What do you mean? I bought it. What do you mean? I got it.
Sure, you can make yourself hot solid tzitzis. I don't even know why they haven't done that yet.
There you go.
Yeah. Anyways.
Mandy Hertzberg.
No, Moshe is asking why is it not blue?
It really should be. I think, we make fun of the people that wear blue, like,
Yeah.
What?
Anyway, so how are you?
One
It should be
second.
blue.
It's real.
You can put Mickey Mouse on your
I
talis.
saw your aunt tonight.
Be'ikar adin, you can.
Totally went over
Making fun of you.
that it's Ruthie.
People will make fun of me till it's not.
Ruthie Grant.
All right.
Makes sense.
What's that? Yours has blue, Moshe?
No, mine.
Mandarin.
Mine has black, but I was wondering if it's
another one?
if it's to remind you of techelas, then we should be black.
Right.
Instead of blue.
It should be blue.